Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Factorio, the Steam release. Alright, so I have some good news and I have some bad news. Good news is the factory's doing really well. Bad news is that I accidentally played like 8 hours. I'm not even joking. I mean, just check the time played up here in the top left corner from this episode to the last episode. I did that thing like in Malcolm in the Middle where I just like signed on. Here's what I think I was trying to fix. I was trying to fix the fact that the trains weren't quite all being used. Like there were some train stations that were having some issues, and so I was trying to fix that, and then one thing led to another, and then 6 hours later, and then there you go. And then on Sunday I did my stream and I couldn't get Ashes of the Singularity to record properly for OBS, and so we ended up playing this instead, and I didn't record. So anyway, let's do this. We're gonna spend a few minutes. I'm gonna go through the factory and show you what's changed, and then we'll go from there. So I believe this was all here before. However, it is much expanded. So I have lots of productivity module production because I like them. And I also have some speed module production, not a huge amount. I mean, I think I'm going to need to upgrade this actually because I'm starting to use these a little bit more. I ended up getting lots of productivity 3s done over the last while. And so we've got most of this stuff has productivity 3 modules in them. And what that does is it allows us to have a much, much longer chain, right? Like, the throughput of this stuff here can support many more, that's right, of these types of factories. Because each individual machine is slower. And of course we're generating, basically getting free resources here at the cost of a lot more power. That's new. This thing I extended out as far as it could absolutely go, and still have support. So all the way out to there. And the only reason that there's any resources in the middle path right now is we're actually not using the red circuits fast enough now. So that's good. I started using speed beacons. I don't really like speed beacons. I don't really like beacons period because of their shape. But I did do some math on it, and it seems to me like if you could get a beacon to cover 2 machines that are using productivity modules, the power that it uses, it has a base power usage of 480 kilowatts, and it increases the power usage of the machines that that it's affecting by half of this amount here. So 2 of them is going to be a 70% increase in base power. Now it's additive though. It's not a multiplicative thing, so it's not like 70% extra power on top. No, it's just additive with everything else. So anyway, long story short, the better. It's better to have this than it is to have it super, super long. So I'm starting to work on just, beaconifying all my stuff so that we can have cheaper energy use for the same production per second. But, yeah, this is crazy. I think that the thing that's actually holding me up now on making these is that I'm out of alien artifacts. There are some, they're being delivered, but they're only produced so quickly. I'm also doing follower robot count research number 17, which is expensive. This whole thing I think is new. This is where we're making green circuits now. This is all productivity module stuff. With productivity modules, the ratio becomes 1-to-1. With speed beacons, it'd still be nearly 1-to-1. It's not quite, it's like 95%. 0.95 to 1. So every now and then this machine has to wait, but it's all running. So we got full blue belts of stuff. Yeah, at least it should be full blue belt. If it's not, yeah, this one's just getting consumed a little bit more, so it's not quite full. But over here we're being used. What else is new? I started putting in productivity modules into this thing as well. I think we'll continue doing that. I want the speed beacons, but at the same time I want to just make sure that we're kind of maximizing what can be done with the resources that we have. This thing is about to get removed. I did end up consolidating it down to 2 lines instead of the 4 that we had before, but I don't like this layout anymore because of the productivity modules. I prefer to do the 1-to-1, so this thing is silly. We're going to remove it soon. I started doing bust coil, and the reason for that is because normally you want to feed coil directly into a machine because the machine takes a lot of coil, right? But the thing is, at least for red circuits, they don't really take that much coil. They only take 4 coil per 8 seconds. And so you end up bussing it anyway. Or not bussing, but like belting it anyway. So you might as well just bus it. So I started bussing coil. And it's working out just fine. I like it. I had to upgrade plastic production a number of times. So that's all done. Productivity modules, probably should throw some beacons on there. I did start automating the production of beacons. I'm going to actually steal those because I'm going to use those soon. Beyond that, I beaconed this red circuit production. And again, you can just see the difference here. This guy has a crafting speed, look right down in this corner over here. Crafting speed of 1.125. This one's at 1.75. This one's at 2.375. So it's even faster than the base machine, and it's still got the productivity modules. And the power usage ends up being good. By positioning them like this, directly adjacent, I'm actually able to hit 4. Well, actually, you could position it 1 down, and then it would hit more machines, but I don't like the layout that way. So this one's hitting 3, this one's hitting 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, etc. It's fine. That's part of the reason. If they were 2x2, you could do better. And hey, you know what? In Bob's Mods, there are smaller beacons that end up with larger service areas, and they're going to be awesome. I put productivity modules into the science, and then I wasn't getting enough science, so I put some beacons by that. This whole thing needs to get shut down. If we had more productivity modules, we'd put them in there. I put productivity modules in the science, so that we're, again, not wasting resources that we don't need to. And I started to speed beacon red science because I wasn't getting enough red science packs, and now I'm actually short on green science, so oops. So then I started throwing speed modules in here because I need more, and I don't really want to have to expand it. But I didn't want to go pure speed, so I ended up doing... Actually, now we don't have enough inserters. I have one machine here that's an old inserter. Okay, you are lacking... Lacking iron. Doesn't make sense. Well, you need 2 per half second, so yeah. Now we're going to be short on circuits. Hard to believe that there's not enough iron here. We certainly do need more inserters. I could run the gears separately. Like run iron separately for this. It's one problem or the other. That's the main issue. Let's see, so that gives 2 points of access there. Now you only have access to a little bit of iron, which is not really enough. I think we're going to do something like that again up here. That's just going to nerf the gear production, though. So gears are the bottleneck. How do we want to solve this problem? I think I actually need to just bring more iron up, make these separate. Yeah, we're going to just bring more iron up here, and we're going to do this up here. a little bit distracted by this. I'm supposed to be showing you guys the factory, and then I failed to. Okay, I don't know that it really needs a huge amount of throughput, though. That should be enough, probably. And it'll get balanced out later on down there. Let's just see what this does. Basically working non-stop. Could still use some more gears. Really no point in putting the gears on both sides of the belt because it's just going to consolidate down into one side anyway. Alright, well I think that's good enough. Anyway, so this goes on. Go back to showing you guys the factory now. So yeah, this is why we needed more green, because we're running low on alien artifacts here, because there's just not enough green production getting down here. I've gone nuts with this thing, trying to make this thing fast enough. When I'm not doing research, this thing, you just can't seem to get enough inputs. It takes just so much freaking stuff. It takes, I mean, just count it. It takes like 80 units per half second. 80 items per half second. It's just insane. So, that's that. So, speed beacons everywhere on the reds. Let's see, what else is new? I upgraded oil a number of times, so there's lots more of light oil processing. This thing goes all the way up here now, all the way up here now, and then it turns and then it comes back again. This should have all, I mean, it's not all running because we're actually not using that much petroleum right now, but we've got plenty of petroleum, we've got a little bit of light oil, got plenty of lubricant, we've got a healthy supply of crude. We are actually running into some supply issues on power over here, but that's not really a problem because the solar grid is kind of crazy. Right now, the robots are bringing this over, which is probably the main reason why there's not much. So we got 2 oil trains doing their job. Let's go take a look at the solar field. I set this up. So now we have a merge point here between 2 different robo networks. So we've got the primary robo network, and then we've got the solar robo network. These are requester chests that bring the stuff over that's necessary for upgrades, and then these inserters put them into the other network. So that way we can have a requester chest and a passive provider chest directly adjacent to each other without having robots come and try to take from here, put to here, and then just having this sort of go in a circle. So you do that right on the border of 2 networks. We've got storage chests here, which go to active providers, so any like wooden crap that gets found by the robots comes over here and then ends up getting stored. I don't know why we're storing wood, but the solar grid's pretty big. It's getting bigger. We're up to 750 megawatts at the moment. The map doesn't even update unless you go by. So I had told them to upgrade, and they seem to have done a fairly decent job. They ran out of material at some point, so they stopped. Lazy little bastards. I did add a mod that allows me to mine rocks, which is really handy. Because having the robots not able to mine rocks was stupid. Like, I couldn't think of a good reason why robots couldn't mine rocks, aside from inconvenience. So I just got rid of that problem. I do not like the sound effect from being near the solar grid, though. We're almost down to the water. So we are going to run out of space here. Run out of space in an infinite map? Are you crazy? In general, I like to come down here just every now and then and try to get power to upgrade. They keep on running out of power. can't really make the blueprint any bigger, though, because it's already a little bit unwieldy. I actually remember reading about a mod that somebody had made that allowed for a blueprint to place more blueprints. So you could, like, have a self-repeating... It was like a building that could plant blueprints. And so you could have, like, infinite expansion. It would just continue to grow in one direction or another. It couldn't turn or anything, obviously, but you could, like, create a solar grid and say, keep expanding endlessly to the right. And they would do that. So that was nice. Now, probably one of the other notable changes is that I started using the Mad Zuri train station, because I thought that was pretty cool. That's been big on Reddit lately. Robots ran out of power just trying to get back here to pick up stuff. Let's go check out one of those stations. So this is the older train station with the splitters. And down here is another older station, apparently. I thought I was nearby a new one. I forgot where I built the new one. I think it might have been that one. Let's go over there. Got enough legs, we can hot foot it over there. Part of the drawback to that mod is that it does make it so that rocks are actually trees, so they're much smaller and you can't just shoot them with a shotgun. They still die very easily to the assault rifle, but you can't really just show up and smash them in the face, like just go bam. But you can mine them. They sound like a tree, and you get stone out of them. But the good news is they go away. Oh, apparently I cut power here accidentally. Oops. Well, let's take a look and see how this thing works. So it's much more minimalistic. Fewer belts. Far fewer splitters. Every now and then my mouse is just like refusing to work. The only drawback to this this setup is that it does load trains in reverse order if a train is currently waiting. So it's going to fill up this train, this cargo wagon first, and then this one, and then the next one, and then the next one. The way that it works is not too complicated. It's not that hard to explain. Basically, every single smart inserter is wired to all the other smart inserters. Every single chest is wired to all of the other chests. Every smart inserter is red wired to its own chest. And then you use a arithmetic combinator to combine what is in the chests, right? That's this each. You divide it by the number of chests that there are. So if I say, what's the sum of all the stuff in the chests? Maybe the answer is 10,000. Okay, divide that by 64, and then we get the average number of stuff in each chest. And then by making it negative 64, we're turning it into negative of the average. Why is that important? Because again, each smart inserter is comparing how much is in its own chest. And when you have a smart inserter that's connected to a red wire and a green wire, and they're both counting the same thing, it actually adds the two numbers together. So it's going to add together the number that's in its chest with the negative average. And by having it set to only pick stuff up if it's less than 1, what that does is it makes it so that they only pick up if they have less than the average number of stuff. So notice how right now, right over here in the top right, or bottom right, mid right corner, you can see they have 15, 16, like it keeps them perfectly balanced. Now you might think to yourself, well hold on, it looks like the inserters aren't working as fast as they can work. But that doesn't matter. All that really matters is look at the belt. Is there any backup? No, the belt's not backing up at all. There's no throughput issue here on the belt. It's all getting picked up, so that's all that matters. And this just guarantees that if you don't have a train coming here for a while, every single chest will always have the exact same amount in it as any other chest. So they have the quickest unload time possible, which is convenient. That train will be back and you'll see what it's gonna end up doing is it's gonna end up picking up everything really, really fast, and then it's gonna sit here for a while waiting for the chest to fill up in reverse order. Because the throughput's just not high enough for a four cargo wagon train. So here now we can see that the back cargo wagon's going to fill up. I did start using the Smart Trains mod. I don't remember if I added that in between the last video and this video, but it's just too convenient to be able to do this. I'm only using a couple trains that are still a single locomotive. I've streamlined my naming convention, so it's just, you know, what it is plus the number of locomotives. I can, for the most part, get rid of... In fact, I don't think I have any trains that are going to train stop coal 1L. So let's just check and see. Filter coal 1L. Station coal 1... Oh, that's coal 1 double L. No. We're looking for coal 1L. And no, I don't think we're using that. So I'm actually just going to pick that station up, get rid of it. I'm pretty much just going to stick with 2-4 trains now. So the other thing that I did is on this one, notice how it's using everything less than 1. This makes it so that the blueprint can be pasted anywhere. It doesn't matter what you're picking up. So I noticed on Madzuri's video, or wherever I learned about this thing, that they were doing like coal less than 1. Which is fine if you somehow accidentally get stuff that's wrong in the belt. But in my circumstance, I'm just using, I don't care. Like, I want to be able to blueprint this thing down and say, you know, pick up the iron, pick up the coal. And in fact, because that train, God, I'm so annoyed with this mouse, crying out loud. I've already tried everything. I've tried using alcohol swab to like clean the laser in this damn thing. It's like there's a piece of dust or hair or some bullshit in the mouse laser. And it's just like, oh, nope. Oh, you wanted to go left? Well, I'm just going to sit here. Ugh, frustrating. Anyway, this train is just going back and forth to active providers, so it doesn't matter if it's picking up coal or iron or whatever. So if I wanted to, I could very easily just say, let's mine all this too. And there's like no harm in it. Period. You can just mix it all together. Everything is all going to the same place. Kind of wish you could just run through and still get them placed evenly. The problem is that when they're connecting to everything else behind them, it doesn't quite work that way. Okay, so that'll get all that going. And again, because I'm using the each thing, it's not going to matter if we mix these lines. So we will. It looks like probably end up just going with a 4. Let's go with an 8 down to 4. So like that. 2 belts would probably still be enough. What am I trying to do right now? This. Mix those lines up. Let's go ahead and throw a RoboPort down to just make this a little bit easier. Clean up. Clean up, everybody, clean up. Okay. So we have 2 fully laden blue belts. We'll see if it stays that way. And again, they don't care what they're picking up. Makes no difference to them whatsoever. The train's still configured to leave when it hits full, and it just goes. Now this is incorrectly labeled now as coal 1 double L, but whatever. Makes no difference. We need the iron, so... How are we doing on resources? We've got 1.2 million copper ore, 800,000 iron ore, so we're still doing fine there. Normal items, we've got another 80,000 copper ore in storage at a train station somewhere. That's being bled down. That would be up here. Apparently there's quite a bit over here. Might not be a bad idea to get another train on this route. What station is this? Just train stop Copper 2. Trains, Copper 2. Got 2 stations there. Your route is just Depot L and Copper 2. That's it, huh? You're totally full. What are you waiting for? We should create a line here. Read from UI. Copper L. Save as line. And for Copper L, rules. Leave Copper 2 when you are full. Leave the depot when you are empty. Save. Okay, so that's you, and you are active now on Copper L. So he should leave right away. The problem is that I had them set up before. They were sitting here for 30 seconds. Okay, let's confirm that this is working properly. I know that I need to go through and correct the all the T-junctions that I have. They don't have enough signals, so a lot of trains are getting slowed down for no reason at all. Okay, so you should take like 10 seconds to fill up, and then past that. Oh, this train's actually not. I need to replace this train. All I have to do is pick it up and put it back down again. It's not long enough. There we go. He's quicker though now. What about this guy? He's still on his way home. I messed something up. I'm starting to wonder maybe if it does mess it up. Seems to me like it is. I had assumed that this everything would have worked. But apparently I was wrong. Because now they're all sitting with exactly one of each type in them. Everything, and then there was also another one, anything. Try changing it all over. I don't think it's going to work. For sure I got all the top ones. It's probably going to work when the train's here, but not when the train's not here. Sure enough, anything does not work at all. Okay. Okay, well, apparently I was completely wrong. I'm not sure why it doesn't work. You learn a little bit more every day with the circuit network, right? Let's get all these smart inserters programmed the right way, and then we will just create another station for it. Okay, let's cut the iron for now. Well, the next time the train comes down, it'll be working just fine. Oh, I know why. It's because the output signal. The output signal would be a combination of negative iron and negative coal. And if the ratio of stuff each chest had wasn't exactly right, like if one chest had 1 coal and one had just 1 iron, then it wouldn't add together properly. I think I get it. Mostly makes sense, I think. This train should be leaving any second. Get out of here. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be leaving. Why are you not leaving? Coal double L, your rules are to leave when you are full. You're active on this line. I know I've got the 200 seconds here, but you should be leaving when full. Could be, maybe, because it's got the combination of goods and it doesn't know how to register when it's full. Maybe the game, maybe Smart Trains just doesn't want you to have hybrid stations picking stuff up. That could be the problem. Anyway, so I need to go find that copper train that was the wrong length, which I think was just like right over here. And then beyond that, I mean, I don't know. I'm still enjoying playing this factory. Damn it, I left one of my robots behind. But I don't really know what else to accomplish except for trying to launch lots of rockets, which, I'm leaning towards starting the Bob's Mods campaign soon instead. I mean, I feel like I've done a lot on this map. I've certainly had more production than I've ever had before in a factory. I've had it as high as like 30,000 coil per minute. The factory's just not really needing to work very hard right now because it's just doing fine. Okay, so these chests on the end. I've got spare cargo wagon. Get a couple more out here. And you will become copper there. So this train should pick up from the last wagon. The last inserter. Yep. Let's just hang out here for a minute while we wait to see which train it is that's wrong. In fact, let's just assume that this one's the one that's wrong. We'll pick up its cargo wagons and put them back down again. And it should now guaranteed pick up the last one. And there's one more train. Okay, so it's not actually that, it's the locomotive that was too short. So it's because I had a mod, right? And the mod, it's called the 8L fix mod. And I updated to a new version, and then the game itself got patched. You're full, why aren't you leaving? Okay, you're active on copper L. Now we're good. The locomotive's the right length. So it pushes it back like 0.1 tiles, which causes that last cargo wagon to work. You should be leaving within 4 seconds. There we go. Within 4 seconds of filling up, you should be heading out. I'm surprised that this one station's having such a difficult time. Staying empty. Okay, he's just waiting because he wants to get out. Oh, no, you're not technically active. One last little bit of testing here. Let's just make sure these damn trains are working properly. And then next episode, I gotta work on my T-junctions. Gotta get that squared away. Okay, he left right away. Good stuff. You should leave right away. Back wagon's being loaded from the far left inserter. Leave. Leave. Okay, so these signals here are looking ahead to this chain signal. The chain signal's saying, hey, there's somebody in here, which is preventing him from leaving. I'm actually okay with you pulling up to here. Like, trying to leave. This is where we need the chain signals. I think that this intersection here. Yeah, that's a little curious. Need a signal here. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Should we keep playing this campaign? Should we play Bob's Mods? What should we do? I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. See you in a bit.